What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turneau, with my co-host, Brian Limper. And it's time for our actual episode.
Yeah, I know.
A real episode.
A little late this week, but that's okay.
Better late than never, they say.
We just had a busy week.
We've had so many recordings. It's crazy.
I know, this was our third one in
3 days.
Yeah.
That's 3 in 3 days for you keeping track at home. And this is our actual episode
because the other ones were just like special episodes because we went to KCON Chicago.
We're at KCON.
So if you want to hear about what happened there, you can listen to those episodes.
Yeah, we went both days. So obviously we had to record our thoughts for each day afterward. So yeah, go check those out because they are out.
They are. So I mean, they're just special episodes, so they're not very long. So that's really just for anybody who's interested in what happened.
If you want to hear about what happened at KCON, listen in.
But this week, we had to get our episode done because it was episode 8 of Queendom.
Back on track with Queendom.
This ending is getting real sketchy in Queendom, I can tell you that.
Just getting really strange. I just I don't know. They're just showing a bunch of stuff, showing a bunch of old stuff that we've already seen. And I don't know exactly where it's going now. I don't know, because we only have two episodes left. Yeah, that's the thing. There's only 2 episodes left. We didn't really finish off this one in a way, so I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's going to happen. They were extra dramatic at the end, and I'm not sure if someone... I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. I never believe anything they put at the end of the
Yeah, it's not going to be... It's always never anything that's bad at all.
We got you baited all the time.
It's always just super... literally a non-issue. Someone's shoe is probably untied.
True.
That's how bad it usually is, so...
But before we talk about that, we have a fun update with all of our awesome albums that I bought when we were up in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Because I finally found a Cherry Wish album, which was sick. And then I went and got this awesome chill version of I Never Die by Idol, which was also super awesome. Sick. Not going to lie, that album, I don't usually complain about what's in them, but it seems like there's a lot of wasted material that they really didn't need to put on there. Save the environment. But
yeah.
The album itself
was a big old album.
Don't know why they needed that many parts to it, to be honest with you, but no, it was a cool album. And then I found an album from Lovelyz, their 5th mini album, Sanctuary, at, what was it, FYE, I think?
FYE.
Yeah, and it was $7. So
yeah, it was on clearance for not...
It's $7, $8.
It's pretty much free.
Yeah, so that was cool.
For as K-pop albums go.
And the whole album itself was foil, holographic. It was a really cool album. But yeah, so I picked those up. Justin didn't really find anything that he wanted.
Nah, not this time.
But it was sick. Oh, we also finally went to H Mart and we checked out the K hot dog place. If you guys have never been to that, delicious. I got this teriyaki egg toast thing, which is really good. What'd you get?
I got the classic, what you always see the idols eating, the cheese corn dog. Just it was the corn dog thing, and it just had a bunch of melted cheese in the middle, where the idols stretch it out when they bite it and everything. It was awesome.
And it's really cheap.
I had to do it.
Wasn't it $3 or something like that? Wasn't yours $3 or something like that?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was super cheap, but it was really good. It was excellent.
I think mine was only $5, $6, and it was literally a piece of toast split open a pita stuffed with teriyaki chicken and a cut up hard boiled egg.
It was next level. It was next level. But it was cool because that was a new place at H Mart. We never got to really try the egg toast, but it was a hit.
Let me tell you, there's so much egg toast and corn dogs you could pay for with $50.
I know, everything was very affordable.
Also, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we said this in our actual video we made for the KCON stuff. But one of our friends went with us last minute, and even though we spent all this money on our tickets, we literally got her a ticket to go with us, and it cost $20 an hour before the show started.
Yeah, a couple hours before. I guess it's just the time to look because, we got her one pretty much right next to us.
Literally the seat behind us.
A seat behind us, assuming that maybe she could just sit by us if there was an open seat, which is how it worked out. But, yeah, it was so cheap.
And that's $20
And that was
after fees.
Yeah, it was with all the fees and everything that you have to pay when you buy off StubHub.
Because I think the original actual price was only like $14, $15.
Yeah, it was like $15.
And what did we pay for ours a piece? Like
a little bit cheaper than ours.
It was like $150 a ticket after service.
Ticketmaster when they came out. So yeah, I guess if we just waited and none of us had any tickets, but we went last second, we could have gone for
The guy had like rows or seats 3 through 7 behind us is what his tickets were for, like chair wise.
Yeah,
I was like, I could have bought out the entire row behind us for less than what it
that
cost
was crazy.
for one of us to have a ticket.
I didn't. When I like found it, I just didn't even think it was real. I was like blown away.
I didn't either, but it was on like a legit site.
No, it was on StubHub,
and it had like buyer protection, fan protection. I mean, so I'm like,
StubHub's a real thing.
I guess if I get screwed out of $20, I'll just give her another $20 and send her home. Like, I mean, what was she looking at? The cheapest one she saw were like $70, $80. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, because and we're like, oh, that's not bad. But then we found that, and it was so cheap.
We literally could have got P1 seats for like $80 a piece.
It was crazy. Yeah.
And what were they going for when they came out? Like $180. I don't know, plus service fees.
I'm not really sure what those ones were, but yeah, something like that. Probably near $200.
So, just so anybody knows, if you wait till the very last minute, kind of like getting a hotel, you'll probably get tickets really cheap if you want to go somewhere.
Just wait till, yeah.
Or if you get screwed and not get any tickets because no one's selling them or they're really expensive. But I think a couple of other places that we've gone, I've checked tickets or something before we went, and they were still kind of cheap because people want to get rid of them.
Yeah, because, I mean...
I guess $10 back is better than $0
Which is
back,
weird because I'm wondering... Whoever bought those originally, I'm not sure where those tickets were coming from, because if they bought them and were reselling them on like StubHub like you do, they were taking a massive hit because those tickets were $150 when they bought them from Ticketmaster. So them selling them on StubHub, they're losing a bunch of money. I was also wondering if maybe it was a thing where no one bought those and it was like a venue going through StubHub. I'm not sure. I don't know how it worked. But I was thinking if someone... It'd be like us reselling the tickets.
Yeah.
For $15.
So, well, I mean, I guess at that point, if you already spent the money on it, getting $20 back is better than getting $0 back.
Because, I mean, it's in 2 hours, so you're literally just trying to get them off your hands. And that's what we did. And it worked out perfectly. Our friend from our Discord could go with us. No problem at all.
Seriously, I'm still like one of the craziest things that's ever happened. I remember I was like, I just... was thinking about it after I bought it. I just could do nothing but like laugh about it because I was like,
I was shocked the whole time, still to like now. I was shocked for hours.
Life is a simulation.
I was like, well, I'm glad that. Yeah, I don't know. It blew my mind when she just like showed up and like obviously you didn't make her pay back because it was like $20 and yep, she just got to go. Was like, yeah, I guess I'll come along
for literally free.
I don't have anything to do now, so sure. And then she just came for free. It was $20, and she had a great time.
And then she got an Uber and went home.
Yep, we were happy she could come, but yeah, maybe the move next time is just wait till the very end and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was very interesting. In case anyone was wondering what happened in our KCON adventure, don't listen to the other episodes.
KCON was
the most interesting part.
Yeah, I mean, you can go listen to those, but it was really fun. It was really fun.
The moral of the story is. B2B is awesome. The boy groups are pretty awesome. In mix, the girls are cool. The music's not great. Stacy might be the greatest group on the face of the earth.
Yeah, we really love them now.
And
it's actually really bummed today. Just like
combined together, that's how you spend like $1,800 in the span of 2 days.
Yeah, the post-concert depression definitely hit today. It was sad that it was already over, but. It was a good time. Go check out those episodes.
They're pretty good.
Our in-depth thoughts of pretty much every single thing that happened there. So.
True.
But it was a good time.
But the whole time I was there, I was really excited to watch Queendom, and we didn't even get to watch it until right now because we were very tired, and it was very late. Every single night we got home from doing anything.
Literally just didn't have time. I was thinking that too. I was like, we couldn't have done it. We didn't just like sit around doing nothing at all. Like we had no time to watch it until right now.
Because when we got to the hotel... on Friday night, going into Saturday, it was technically like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we recorded one episode, and I didn't get done getting that done and uploaded until like 4:30 in the morning.
It was just too late.
And then last night when we got home, it was also like 2 o'clock, so it was like, the episode you got to watch is 2 hours long.
I was going to say, the thing you got to think about when doing an episode about a show or about Queendom is it's pretty much 2 hours of watching before you even do your episodes. So.
Yeah.
couldn't really do that when we were on the road and everything. So
and then if we spend like a solid 30, 40 minutes recording this, that's a solid almost 3 hours worth of work. It's
safe to say it's around a 3-hour process for a Queendom episode. But yeah, we just did not have the time because we obviously were busy. But Sunday worked out perfect.
But like to start this episode out, it was weird because I don't know if you guys watched the last episode. But they're doing some like weird editing, like we were talking about earlier, where it's like showing everything that like happens and like stuff that happens in the end before it even shows the whole show, which didn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why we wouldn't just wait to show that at the end of the show. We literally saw it twice. Once at the beginning of the show, once at the end of the show. It's like the exact same thing, and I don't understand why.
I don't know what they've like been doing that the past few episodes, and I'm not sure. They didn't do it on. I guess they didn't really have content to do it, but now they're doing it for the last few, and I just don't understand it. But I feel like they're like giving away too much, but then they're just like flashing back super far.
Yeah, okay, so the weirdest thing about this episode is we were wondering how we even got here because we don't remember them saying what the other stages were. And it showed like a flashback to after the second performances where Highland won.
Yeah.
And it like showed them getting told what they were going to do for this, which was like the fan picked or fan voted on whatever performance that they were going to do, and it showed like them explaining the rules and on Highland like putting up the order of what the cue cards, what the sheet or whatever the hell it's called. What is it? It's like is it a cue sheet? The list of whatever the groups are performing in.
Yeah.
But it like showed all this stuff, and like either I had like a stroke and like don't remember watching an entire episode, or like I missed like 35 minutes of one of them one time. Because none of this, I don't remember seeing any of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I don't think they did until now. Which that was a while ago when it actually happened.
Yeah, but I don't know. They just like it's like a whole flashback to literally like 3 episodes ago. Like it wasn't even anything recent at all.
No.
They're still sitting there in their performance outfits.
Yeah, from the second performances. Yeah, the way they put it together was kind of odd.
And then they just like cut and pasted it. Like they cut it out of that episode.
Yeah.
And put it into this episode. Legit. Like nothing was going to happen. Like nobody would notice it. Like it was something different.
And like I guess it like makes sense kind of. It's just weird. Like because you obviously know that it's like that far in the past. Or like I don't know. It just makes me think when did any of the stuff we're seeing actually takes place? Like,
yeah, did anything even happen in the order that we're watching?
So I'm like, when did they go to that like little resort thing or whatever to do the sign up for the team battles? When did the team battles even happen? I'm just like I don't even know when any of this stuff really even.
Yeah, is this like all pre-production before the show even started?
Yeah,
like,
no.
They're just like editing it in right now?
Honestly, it could be. It's just like it just made me really kind of question like where are we even at right now? So,
but that's how they introduced what was going on this week, and then it showed the process of how they picked what their fan songs were, which honestly were spoiled in the last episode when they were like showing teasers for this episode. So it wasn't even like.
Yeah, we knew pretty much most of them.
It wasn't even like a surprise. And then they showed the exact same ending of last week's episode at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
Literally like 10 minutes of the episode were just them spoiling things that have already been spoiled.
Yeah.
Again.
It's true.
I don't know if they're trying to fill time or what.
It's just weird. It's been kind of strange the last couple episodes.
Yeah, so it also showed the prize that Highland got for being the queen of that performance. And it's more like a little plug for Highland's... Or not Highland, Taeyeon's little nerdy...
What is it like brand sponsorship thing?
Like brand sponsorship.
That was really what this episode was about. It was just a big commercial for a bunch of different brands.
It really was. There's a lot of product placement.
There was a ton of product placement in this one, which like they do that. It's fine, but
she like took her backup dancers or choreographers, whatever they were, on like a shopping trip.
Yeah. To
the nerdy place, and they like bought outfits, and she like paid for it with her credit card.
Yeah.
Which you referred to as the real crown.
Yeah, seriously.
And then after that, it kind of showed how the other groups chose their songs, which basically was they had like these secret fan meetups, like little fan meetups that like I don't know when those happened or when those took place because they were
again we don't really know, but they did happen.
I don't remember seeing anything online about it though. Well, maybe that's because
I'm not sure.
Technically hasn't happened till now, even though it was like a month ago.
And I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not sure how. Even when you're in Korea, you like find that stuff.
And then like, don't post anything about it. Even though like everyone got their pictures taken with them. Like, don't post anything for a month because we got to wait till the show comes out.
Again, I don't know, but I'm not sure how you even like are finding because it was like super exclusive. There wasn't that many
Honestly, there's probably, like 20 people there at each of them. Maybe 25.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, like, super
no
exclusive.
more than that at the ones where people actually, like, the groups that actually had people come do something with them. So, I'm not sure how you get that, but it was sweet.
I know. I told him I really need to pay more attention to my my fan club perks that I have so I can get these super exclusive fan meetups and go to Korea for them.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how the beginning of the show started. Then it showed... Actually, this might have been before that part, but it doesn't really matter in the long scheme of things. It just, like, broke down the points.
Yeah.
Because the number one people in last week's performances, which was, like, the team performance for vocals and dance, got, like, 5,000. But now those are getting combined with these points from this one, which is, like, 15,000. So, depending on where you finish this, coming in first last week really doesn't mean anything at all.
Yeah, it's just they pretty much said that this is, like, being added on to this week's scores. Because, I mean, they're going to, like, combined.
Even if Brave Girls did really good last time, in the last, like, they got, like, number one, what was, like, number two or something?
Yeah.
They got a good amount of points, and they could just, like, tank in this one and still only have, like, 2,000 more points than what they... Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, they're just adding it on.
I feel like instead of adding it on, they should have gave the winning team, like, a multiplier or something. Like, whatever points you get in this, get multiplied by, like, 2 if you, like, did the best. Or
right.
Because that's way more important than being like, oh, here's, like, an extra 3,000 points on your... 6,000 you already got, but the team above you got 10,000. Like, it doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one big gripe I have with all these shows is their point systems really just make 0 sense at all.
Yeah.
And they've made it so it's like, kind of like when we were watching Stacy play the game where it was like, oh yeah, you've got 3 points, you've got 2 points, but the winner of this gets 5 points. So whoever got it, it didn't matter about the other points at all.
They kind of just like, the points are essentially just like made up and like it doesn't really matter. They kind of just do something. And someone gets to be the best. It's like, that's kind of how it works.
I can't remember, was it Girls Planet? Or was it something else we were watching? Where at a certain point, they're just like throwing out large numbers and people are freaking out about it. And I'm like, this is like so minuscule compared to like, oh, it was Girls Planet.
It was Girls Planet.
Because it'd be like, oh yeah.
Because there was like a bonus point.
And we're like, G1 kept winning. And we're like, how is she not doing better? Like, she got all these like 5,000 points, 6,000 points. I was like, oh, it's because last place got like 250,000 points. Like, what's 5,000 points going to affect in that case?
Well, yeah, and it was like when you got like because that was like obviously so much with the fan voting. It was like, oh, the fan vote is 500,000. So
what is 3,000 points?
Doesn't really matter that you got 5,000 extra because
you just got crushed still.
Like this person is getting a lot more just from being a fan vote. So. Yeah, that was Girls Planet.
Yeah, I was going to say, something else was like that, but it's always like that. So, they showed that. There's secret meetups, picking songs and stuff. And the first team that went to this week was Kepler. That's who Highland chose. She thought that their high energy would set a really good tone for the show, which, I mean, I don't know why. Honestly, they, like, put people at a disadvantage and try to hype them up by, like, giving them, like, a comment.
It's been proven to be the worst spot every single time.
I don't know. But Kepler did it, and in their little meetup thing, they were like asking... Oh, so the way it started is their little meetup identity, whatever you want to call it, like what they chose to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Was like a surprise for the fans. It had like a Kepler learn to dance class or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Youngin and Mashiro snuck in and like in the class, and then when they had to dance, like, oh, we're in disguise. Yeah. And then the rest of Kepler came down and surprised them, and they talked to him and stuff like that. But then they decided to pick like, oh, what song should we do? You know, what's some stuff that the fans want to hear? Because I think so far, and based off the other performances that we already know they're gonna do, this is the only one that didn't do a song that's by like actually them.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also might be because they only have 3 songs.
Yeah, we've kind of went through all of them already, so.
Well, by the end of this, hopefully they have 4, because they gotta have a comeback.
True.
But they ended up doing The Boys by SNSD, which I mean, I thought it was weird that every fan that was down there, except for one, threw out Girls' Generation songs.
Yeah. That is true.
Any song you could have picked under the rainbow. Like, literally any song. You could put your playlist on shuffle and threw a song out, and they all threw out Girls' Generation songs.
All the fans they had at their little meetup thing wanted them to do Girls' Generation, so that's what they did.
And I was like, this seems kind of, a little bit sketchy. Like, oh, hey, you know, the judges from SNSD. Maybe we should do a Girls' Generation song.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone likes those.
you could have done literally anything, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I will say, their performance they did was pretty sick. It's definitely, in my opinion, the best performance that they've had so far.
Definitely.
But I also have to say, out of every time I've seen Girls' Generation perform the boys, this was way better than that. Sorry, Girls' Generation fans.
This one was really good. I was happy because they really needed it to be really good. So, yeah, good for Kepler.
I think it's good. I don't know if it's going to be good enough to beat the other groups. So I'll have to see the other groups.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's even tough seeing the other ones we saw.
I'll say, based off the other two right now, I don't think it's better than those.
I mean, there's one I know it's definitely not better than. The other one, I don't know really yet, but it was good. And, I mean, they talked about it with their fans that they haven't really been doing super great, or they're not happy with how they've been doing, and they, like, cried in front of all that stuff. But it was good to just see them kind of actually have a performance they're happy with, because they just have not been the last
It was good.
few
It was
times.
really good.
I was happy. I thought.
I don't know
cool.
if Girls' Generation could have done that performance.
I thought it was my favorite one, not counting their like intro one.
The intro one was
I
sick.
liked it more than their like initial, or like the Wada Da one. I like this one more than that.
This is definitely the best one that they've done
And
on
then
the
the
show.
other ones were like bad, but anyway.
So they went, and then next it was Vives. And their little fan meetup was they literally made their fans food.
Yeah, these
rice
fan meetup
balls.
things were like the best. They're
Okay,
so
so
cool.
Like, so they made the food, right? They go to this cafe. I don't know if they rent it out or if a friend owns it or what. But the random people would go in. They would give them food and a coffee, like for free. You know, they take it, go sit at their table. They ask them what songs they wanted to do and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I kid you not, as a gift to the fans, they gave them all, like, hundreds of dollars worth of stuff from, like, the local Bath and Body Works in a bag.
Yeah, it was like another promotional thing where V's went to like this, like you said, Bath and Body Works type like lotion cosmetic type store, and they just like took a ton of stuff, and then that ended up being like stuff that they gave to these people who came. They had an okay amount of people. I mean, it wasn't like a ton, but they like filled up the little coffee shop with all their fans.
It was crazy because
They just like stood behind the counter. And,
maybe
like,
they'd give them like one thing that they got. Like,
They
oh,
gave
here's a
them a lot
bar
of
of
stuff.
soap. Like, here's some shampoo. No, they give them like a bag full of stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know how. Again, I don't know how you like were able to like the Kepler thing or this with V's. Like, I don't know how you were able to like sign up or do it, but that's super sweet. Like, I was so jealous of all those people. They'd be like so fun.
Free rice balls made by
them that you get to eat, and then you get to like hang out and just
take
chat
pictures.
and take pics, and it's like, wow, what a fun day.
Get like a year's worth of like bathroom supplements.
Yeah, exactly.
Seemed like a pretty good day for those like 15 people that went.
Seriously.
But they went after that into the little conference roomy thingy, and they talked about what songs they wanted to do. And much like us, a lot of the fans wanted to hear them play Bop Bop, which you know is like their only song that they have.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, ever since we started, we really just wanted to play Bop Bop. And I'm just like, why didn't you?
It's funny because they haven't yet. Like, they still didn't use that card yet. So I was like, yeah, someone had to use this somewhere. But I was like, no one did.
Yeah, I mean, it showed like the list of like the people. Like they had them write on like little sticky notes what they wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And that was like the most popular one. Like, okay, yeah, we want to do it too, so we're going to do that.
Yep. Pretty much.
But their performance was really sick.
It was good.
We like them as a group now since we've been watching this.
Definitely.
I like Bop Bop. I think it's a fun song. They did like a remix type of school,
Kind of like a high school
Yeah,
vibe.
high
Would
school-
they say high teen?
high teen
High teen
vibe.
vibe.
And there's like little breakdown dance parts and stuff like that. And man, it was awesome.
It was really good. I was
Definitely a lot different than the other stuff that we've seen from him so far.
It was really, really solid. Everyone looked really good.
It's also great just hearing their song than playing it.
Yeah, finally got to hear some Bop Bop.
So that was good. I really like that. But yeah, I mean, that's what we wanted to hear. They did good. The concept is one of our favorite kind of concepts.
Yeah, it was A+ for me.
And yeah, that was a good one. I would definitely like that better than Kepler's one. Sorry, Kepler.
Yeah, I don't know. Those ones kind of tied for me.
Then the last performance we had was WJSN, which was a fun one because it showed the return of Bana.
Yeah,
He came back for this performance.
Bana is pretty much a perfect person, and WJSN needed her.
Yeah,
she like made everyone so much better.
I was gonna say, she's like a LeBron James.
She literally just came and like made everyone step up their game.
According to
her presence,
everything that we saw, literally the reason or the difference between being great or being extraordinary and ordinary is Bonna. Because my gosh, she pushed them to the top.
That's what they said.
And WJSN had a little fan meet. It was supposed to, I guess, be like a live, like video streaming.
Yeah, they thought it was going to be a live thing with their fans.
And then once they got settled, they like said, "Oh, you know, like 3, 2, 1, go!" And this like curtain dropped, and their fans were
there was a really small group of fans, but there was just like in the tiniest little like.
It was like the smallest live auditorium ever.
The little tiniest auditorium, yeah.
There was like 13 rows of seats.
But there was people in there. They had a few fans in there, and they were all surprised because they didn't know it was like actually a live event in front of actual fans. So, again, don't know how those people got that, but it was awesome.
Or how they didn't hear anybody doing anything back there. Like, I don't know how long they were waiting for.
Yeah, that's what they asked. And like, were you guys even breathing? I was like, they must have been very quiet.
I know.
Because there was like, I don't know.
There was a good amount of
like, you're telling me no one blew their nose, like coughed or something?
Yeah.
Gave it all away. But that was cool. It was cool.
And then Bonna came out, and she's like, this is the real Bonna. I'm back.
Bonna was here. The fencing champion.
And then it showed them practicing for their song that they were going to do, which ended up being Pantomime, which I was super hyped for, because that's like one of my favorite WJSN songs.
Definitely.
The one thing we were talking about, too, was it's strange how it showed the part where they're, like, doing this aerial thing. It was, like, Luda, Sola, Bonna, and Exy doing, like, this aerial thing, like spinning around.
Cirque Soleil type thing.
And it, like, really focused in on that. And then Subin being the PowerPoint fairy.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And then it actually got to the real performance, and the real performance was, like, super crazy and, like, awesome. But, like, when did they practice any of that? It didn't show any of that stuff happening.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that they actually surprised because they usually spoil stuff. They didn't spoil any of this. They only showed, like, the one part. But there was a lot of other things. I'm like, I don't know when you guys had time to do this, but I don't know. You must have. They just didn't film it. So
it was sick because it started out with, like, this crazy, like, I guess they were behind, like, a clear curtain, like the whole group was.
Yeah.
And then it would like show a light with like these special effects, so it kind of looked like they were like disappearing and appearing depending where the spotlight was on them.
Yeah.
So it kind of gave like an illusion, like it was like a screen, and they weren't even there in person. It was just like on a, I guess like a back screen or something, like a big movie theater screen or something like that. Yeah. Kind of like if anyone's ever seen those videos of like the Gorillaz or like Tupac or somebody performing at a show, or like Kitsune Miku, but since they're like not real, it's just like a 3D molded live version of them, but it's not really there.
It was really intense.
It was crazy.
And
it was really cool.
And it was like it wasn't just there. They like interacted with the member and like moved with the member, and the member like brought the other members in. They like appeared.
I highly suggest seeing it.
It was like it was like a very intricate, like a lot of work put into this. This performance like had to be the best. Like for what they did, they literally threw in like everything in the kitchen sink to make this the best.
We have been saying every week that we feel like WJSN could do a lot more, and they just haven't done it. And
they definitely
they've been sliding by.
They definitely hurt us because this was like after seeing it, I was like, well, like they definitely went for that one. Like they definitely.
You know what the difference was?
Bonna came in and was like, we need to actually try, guys.
Whip them into shape.
Because they did so much stuff. There was so much going on.
Because, like I said, there's aerial stuff, and then the actual screen dropped, and they performed, and it was like this crazy, like, cabaret dancer festival remix thing.
Seriously.
The best part was at the end, there was so much stuff happening, and people flying around, and fireworks. It just reminded me of those shows where someone's, like, doing a performance, and, like, there's all kinds of stuff, like, going crazy. And at the end, you have, like, a guy hanging from the ceiling, and the other people on the ground with, like, spirit fingers. And you have, like, the one guy in the crowd, like, clapping, and, like, stuff's falling over. And being set on fire, like, it's like a train wreck.
And the one guy's just still hanging up there.
And you got, like, the thing in the back, like, fireworks spinning in circles.
No, it really was, because it was, like, the ending. The people were spinning around. Everyone was dancing. And there was, like, 1,000,000 camera cuts.
Yeah,
it was
insane.
Like, far shot, close shot, people spinning, crowd shot. It was like instant. You were just like, what is going on?
Luda spinning, Bonna spinning across the stage while fireworks are going off.
I was like legit waiting for like this, like something to blow up. and
like the
a
backdrop
fire.
like fall over.
No, yeah, just because everything was so crazy and like the music was all like super bumping and everything.
It was just like stop.
I was like, whoa. It was intense. It was by far the best. I don't know how anyone will beat it.
I will say it's funny because normally we talk about how Exie just has a look on her face. Like she had it earlier today, actually.
Yeah.
Or not today, earlier in the episode, and she is like, "Oh, man, that was good," or like, she has a big throat gulp, like we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, for the first time ever, the other girls are like, "Wow, like how do we beat that? Like what do we do?" Like that was crazy.
Yeah, well, they just kept saying they prepared a lot, meaning I assume those girls didn't prepare as much as what WJSN did, and it's going to be hard to beat that because.
Which is also funny because earlier in the episode, Heejin's like, "You know what I was thinking? Is anybody else practicing as hard as we are?"
I mean, they might have practiced hard, but they didn't do it. WJSN just did a bunch of stuff. There was just like things going on with backup dancers and swanging and all that stuff, but I don't know how they don't get number one. I was like, after watching, I was like, this has to be number one. Like, what the effort? If they're not number one, I'd be freaking pissed. I'd be like, wow, we did all that? Like,
the only thing that was missing was the surprise appearance from like Bonna popping out of the stage or something, and no one knew she was going to be there.
I really like that kind of stuff. That would have been awesome, but I guess just with how the show is, they couldn't do that. Because, we knew she was going to be there from the last episode teaser.
It also would have been sick if they like came out and like showed them like the little backdrop thing like they had him,
Yeah.
And then just no one knew she was going to be there, and she like started singing the opening part and showed up, and people go, "Oh my god!"
Pretty much just if no one knew she was there, and then there was a moment when it was like, boom, Bonna. That would be a crazy reveal.
That would really just get them all the points.
It would be awesome.
But they ruined it last week. At the beginning of last week's episode.
That's the only thing that's Mnet's fault. I'm like, that's the only thing I wish could have been better. Was like, we literally had no idea about Bonna, and then it's like, boom, Bonna's here.
I feel like their editing gives us a lot of stuff away.
I hate that.
It's like JYP teasers.
It bothers me so much. But I guess like they have to. It's just how they sell the show. You're like, how sick would that have been if we did not know Bonna was there? And then she just like popped out from the stage.
Because everybody knows that was doing her shows. So.
Yeah, and like we wouldn't think she's going to be there because they
also
said
what's
she's
crazy
not there.
Was all of that took place weeks ago because that was when they were getting their song.
Yeah.
So it's not like all this just happened. Like
yeah,
everyone knew she was going to be back for a while now.
Yeah, like we couldn't have some kind of like. Oh wait, we have someone. It'd be I don't know how you could have done it. There's a million different ways.
Just her spinning
or if she
circle.
spin, yeah, if she came in the spinning flying trapeze thing and just came from the ceiling, like how cool would that have been? Like, but no, their performance was A+. It was really good.
I will say, my only personal gripe I have with the performance, even though it was my favorite one, was that it was a remix of the original song.
I was going to say
and I don't like it as much as the original song.
I was going to say that.
Because part of the reason I like the original song was it has like a weird, like offbeat,
100%,
kind of different sound to it, which is how I like their songs. Like I like a lot of the like weird B-side tracks that have, just not your normal type of sound to it. And when they remixed it, it had a more normal kind of sound to it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's hard to explain if you haven't seen the original one. Actually, I'll put it at the end of the show so you can listen to it.
Just listen all the way through and then listen to any song. No, I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to sound like a hater because the performance was so damn good. But like the original version of Pantomime was better than this one.
Oh, 100%.
It was like not close. And I was thinking like when the chorus hit and stuff, I was like thinking that watching it. I was like, oh man. Why couldn't we just do this? Which it fit.
I get they had to change it for the performance.
And it like the clothes and how it looked and what they did. But
it had like the music with like the saxophone and stuff.
It just wasn't as good though.
Yeah,
it
was 100% different.
Because the original song is really cool. It's one of the best WJSN songs.
It just has like a really weird sound to it that their normal songs are. Yeah, their normal songs don't have.
It's just a really cool. That's how I describe it. It's just like cool and like almost like hip sound that you don't hear other places. I agree with you. And when you started saying that, I was like, I bet you he's going to say that. But I didn't want to sound like a hater, but I completely agree.
I mean, WJSN's like my favorite group, and I'll sound like a hater. I did not like it as much as the original version.
It wasn't as good. The original version is way better.
A 10. This was like an 8. I mean, it's still good. I mean, honestly, if I heard this and this was the actual original version, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's a cool song, but it's not like...
The original one's just really unique.
Butterfly.
The original one's really unique. It's really cool. Everyone needs to listen to that.
Which is why I feel like it makes it such a good song. And like people like it.
That's why I was so pumped to hear it when we knew that they were going to perform it. I was like, oh.
And then it showed like little spoilers. It had like a weird like off sound when they were showing it. And I'm like, nah, it's going to be different.
I was like, maybe that's just the opening or something. And then they'll really get into it the next chorus. I don't know. it just fit the whole kind of concept they were doing, which was really good. And
I'm also very disappointed in all the fans who did not suggest Catch Me, because that would have been my first, second, and fifth.
We're just really
10th suggestions.
Well, it was really funny too because like,
or even Robot.
All they kept trying to say was like, we want to do a concept that we don't really do anymore. We haven't done in a long time. And then they were suggesting concepts that they do.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you know what you haven't done is Catch Me. Like, that is a concept that WJSN has not showed in a long time.
The also funny thing was they had like Masquerade was like one of the choices, and then Pantomime was the other one. And Luda's like, yeah, we should do something we haven't done before. Masquerade can show us. And then actually like, who thinks you should do Pantomime? And everyone raised their hand and like, yeah, we're in agreement. Luda's just sitting there like, yeah, I guess screw me, huh?
They
like,
kind of just, I don't know.
This is a cheerocracy, okay?
At least they like let Luda speak, and then they showed like that cover.
Cheer-tatorship.
They like played the song and stuff, but then they're like, okay, who wants to do Pantomime? And it's like, all right. It's like, thanks, Luda.
But, yeah, great performance. Definitely my favorite one.
It was like definitely the best one. I don't know how anyone's going to beat it, because we've already kind of seen a lot of hints. So, from what I've seen, I don't think anyone's beating WJSN.
I would say this is a spoiler alert, but it really isn't a spoiler alert, because you can just go watch
in the episode.
So, the next group that's going to be performing is Brave Girls, and they're doing... I know for sure it's Red Sun. Like, that's part of it's Red Sun.
Yeah.
But I did see a clip earlier today of something, and they were doing, like, part of Rollin' again. So it's like, might be a mix-up of both of them. I don't know. But I know 100% they're doing Red Sun. Which I'm hyped for, because I said the other day, well, it wasn't on here, but I told Justin, like, man, I hope they do, like, Red Sun, because Red Sun's a sick song.
Yeah.
And then I showed it to him.
Yep.
And then, who's after that? Who's it? Luna. Luna's doing Butterfly, which we already know. And then Highland's doing, like, Bay. Is that the name of the song?
I'm not really sure what her song is. I think it's one of hers. It is one of hers. Yeah, it's Bay.
I think that's what it's called. I really was hoping for Dolly, but...
It looks, her stage looks really cool.
I like how they really just pushed on the fact she was, like, storming off the stage last week, like, upset and mad, and nothing even happened.
I was like, guess what? She didn't even go. So we don't even know what
So I don't really know what the point of that was.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen, her stage looks like it's going to be pretty good. Luna's looks like it's going to be all right. Like, it'll be fine, but not better than what we've seen from the other one, or from, like, WJSN. But so far. And then Brave Girls, I don't know, because it just... I don't even think they did perform. I think they just gave up.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what they made it seem like.
I was going to say, it makes it seem like they gave up, and they had some type of technical issues or something. But then it also shows them in cuts from, like, the beginning of the episode, they actually are performing their stuff.
Yeah, it's...
And, like, you know, one of them's crying and there's confetti falling. So, I mean, what...
It's just so ridiculous with how... I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they were the ones that had the whole drama at the end. This time it was Brave Girls again, so everyone's, like, hugging them and all that, so... I don't know.
Guess we'll find out next week.
We'll find out next week when probably none of that stuff will even be mentioned, and then it'll be in the teaser for the final episode. So.
I was going to say, there's definitely been some episodes where they'll, like, show something, like, extreme happen or something bad happen, then we watch the episode and nothing happened.
Nothing. That does not happen. They're just, like, so bogus the last few weeks. Yeah, like the Highland thing. Don't know what that is. They might not even ever show it again. Like,
yeah.
Who knows? She seemed... I don't know.
But yeah, that's a good wrap-up of what happened going into the next episode. There must be a lot going on in episode 10 then, if that's the case, because...
Yeah, because we have 2 episodes left. We're not done with these, like, the fan choice songs. We still have 3 to go.
I guess we're going to get right into it and show the rankings, and then tell them, like, hey, this is, like... I'm assuming, honestly, since they know they've got to do, like, some comeback thing at the end of this, they've probably been preparing for that already. So it's not going to take a long... It's not like some of the other ones where it's, like... You know, like D20, 20 days till we perform. Like, they probably already have been doing that.
Yeah, it's gotta be. And then maybe it'll be a longer episode just to get everyone accompanied in there. Because, I mean, we only have 2 left, so I don't know.
Seems like just yesterday we started.
This has been, it's crazy. It's been 8 weeks. It does not feel like it.
It's been 2 whole months.
It does not feel like it at all.
When you started doing this, it was still like cold outside.
It has gone super fast. So,
I don't know. We'll see next week.
It's been fun. Now we're just kind of confused, but glad we had some good performances this week. Really good, actually. Really good.
2 more weeks till we're probably going to hit you with that helpful guide to Stacy.
Yeah, I know. That's all I'm thinking about, man, is how awesome they were. I was like so sad today. I was like, when am I ever going to see him again?
Also, if you guys really just want to get the blood pumping, go check out a song by B2B called Missing You. I've heard that song so many times in the last week.
Seriously. A lot.
I just know right now I'm going to do a live performance for everybody, the entire song.
Just play it off your phone into the microphone.
Oh, I don't know. B2B is actually pretty sick.
No, they were really good live, and they're really funny guys. Super entertaining. Both days at KCON.
Really bring the energy.
KCON was great. It was super fun.
It was super good.
It was awesome.
I suggest everybody go to KCON.
It was awesome to be in the presence of K-pop fans.
Imagine how crazy it'd be in LA with the big stadium.
Yeah, the actual one with more than 3 people.
And the special stages and stuff.
Awesome. But one day.
We'll go one day. Next week we got Queendom episode 9.
Episode 9, almost there.
We'll see if Brave Girls gets eliminated.
That's what it seems like. So
they're really making it seem like they're getting eliminated so hard that I don't think they're getting eliminated.
I don't even think they're last. Are they last now? Well, I don't even know what the rankings are.
Well, they finished last week, so they can't finish last twice in a row. Because the first week didn't count because Luna was last,
and we didn't count the points from last week
because they're getting added.
It's getting added. Okay, see, that's where I was kind of confused. I was like,
because
they did good.
Because technically they finished last twice, but since Luna wasn't there, Luna got the last place, even though Brave Girls finished last.
Yeah.
Last voting they finished last, and if they finished last this time, then they get kicked off the show.
Yeah.
But like I said, they're pushing it so hard at this point. I don't think.
No, there's no way they get kicked off because that's the only thing they're pointing to with the teasers.
It'd be too obvious at this point.
That'd be so weird if they actually
did it.
They're like, oh, well, you lost. Okay, that's what we teased, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
That's never the case. Oh no, I don't think so either.
But I just want one. I want Highland to take one for the team, and I want it to be Brave Girls finish last. I want Highland to be like, no, I'm gonna finish last.
Yeah, and
just to keep them on for the 1 week they have left.
Yeah, I was going to say, how would they get kicked off when there's 1 week left? That'd be so bogus. And you guys don't get the final big performance. See ya.
We literally have 2 days of performances left. You're gone. Sorry.
Yeah,
that would be kind of sick, though, if Highland's just you know what? I'm going to take this L and I'm going to go last so you guys don't get eliminated.
Yeah.
And still be in first place because she has more points than everybody by a lot.
Sacrificing herself. Yeah, we'll see. We just haven't had an actual point update in a while, so.
I don't know, but...
We'll see next
week. Like I said, next week we'll be back. Queendom episode 9 should be pretty sick. We'll have a lot less busy weekend, so we'll get it out to you
normal recording on Friday.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. But until then, we love you guys. We are the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast. We'll catch you next week for more Queendom 2. Peace.
Stan Stacy.
Yep.
감각이 안 될 것만 같은 느낌이 자꾸 나 불러